Hey friends, welcome to your timeless transmission. Today's spread is going to be on abundance because that's what I've been guided to do. And I've opened up a page in the light language book that corresponds to today's theme. So the alchemical equation for harvesting abundance is the pure song of earth gemstones, the frequency of limitless existence, the restoration of the full faculties of man, and finally, the harvesting of abundance returns. So I hope you can meditate on this equation, and let's get started. Okay, so this is the best way to manifest your intentions. This is the synchronicities to look for, and this is the overall advice and what to keep in mind. And when cards fall out in a certain way, I just let it be. And this Lover's card wanted to flip itself out before the overall reading. So I'm assuming that the overall message and what to keep in mind is important for us to analyze the other two. Because usually I would just go linearly. So, the Lover's card, as it made itself first clear as the overall message, is reminding me to remind you that what you want wants you as well. If you will just meditate upon this notion of energetic frequencies and how there are soul frequencies and situations have frequencies and events have frequencies and circumstances have frequencies and other people involved with the situation have frequencies, you can trust in the knowing that you have things that are destined for you. And I hope that you'll take the word destiny as something that does not take away from your free will, because you can choose to engage in it or not. But oftentimes, I personally find that it's helpful to have faith in the notion that there are soulmate energies, whether it's regarding a situation, circumstance, or external manifestations. So whether that's a career, it's got to do with money, or whatever else abundance you are trying to manifest, like freedom, time, all of these energies have resonance with your soul signature. So this is your best way to manifest, and it is letting go and moving on. So I've said this in other readings, but what's helpful is if you desire something, to focus upon the desires and the emotional frequency of that desire, but letting go of all details and descriptions of that manifestation. So the best way to manifest it is to embody the frequency of your desire. Just to repeat myself. I know I tend to repeat a lot of my messages, but it's because in repeating and hearing it over and over again in my own head and to others, I know that the repetition is helpful for integration for your subconscious mind. So bear with me when I repeat the same message twice. Synchronicities to look for is the Hanged Man. Synchronicities to look for is the constant request of your higher self to attain a new perspective on whatever you're willing to manifest. So it's like a frequent energetic shift, perception shift, as well as just a different approach of perceiving a situation or a circumstance. And this can be done through frequency attunements, energetic attunement of your attitude, of your perspective, and so forth. So you can move on knowing that there's something that's meant for you and nothing can stop it. The Hanged Man also, to me, a lot of the times signifies illumination and enlightenment. And also, of course, infinite patience, as infinite patience produces immediate results, as quoted by A Course in Miracles. Once you are not resistant towards the concept of patience, because sometimes the word patience can come up and it can make you cringe. But once you cultivate a healthy relationship with patience, it will no longer be a theme in your life. So imagine and visualize yourself moving on to the next paradigm, onto the greater things, without looking too much for certain details of how things are manifesting. Also, that the two major arcanas came up for both of these. It's helpful to realize that whatever you're trying to manifest is a major life event and not just a small thing. It seems like something that you've been trying to manifest for a while, but what's helpful too is if you look back upon your life, no matter how long something takes to manifest, once it manifests, it doesn't matter how long it took. That's just how the nature of human reality, I guess, is. For example, let's say you never had a partner throughout high school. Let's say you were not romantically involved with anybody during the younger years or something like that. But let's say you graduate and you move on to your next life and you spend a few years and you meet a partner and you're totally in love. At that point, when you look back to your high school days, it doesn't even matter if you had a partner or not, because you've manifested. It really doesn't matter how early things manifest, as long as you manifest the perfect reality for yourself eventually. You'll look back and realize that it didn't really matter. And it's helpful to also count your blessings on when something hasn't manifested yet. How has it served your life, and what has it let you do things or meet people that you wouldn't have done otherwise? Moving on. This is dreams of abundance. The best way to manifest your desire is dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. This signifies the power of your sleeping state. So definitely make use of subliminals or guided meditations when you're falling asleep, because the last pocket of time you spend before you go to sleep will determine how you interact with the realm of sleep for the whole night. So you can really program your sleep state, and that's really beneficial for you. You can hold an intention of an answer you would like to know from your dreams, and that will come to you by morning. That really works. An example of it is I wanted to find out what more I can do to fulfill my life's purpose. And I put that out in the intention of my dreams, and it clearly told me to read tarot cards for you guys. So that's one example. Another notion that I get from this card is to feel free to daydream. But when you daydream, there could be a frequency narrative of daydreaming and then falling back to your reality and noticing that your daydreams are not real, and then you come into this disappointment frequency. So what's best for you to do is do the daydreaming, but then release it so that you don't come back into this disappointment frequency, and just take the core essence of the dreaming, the visualizations. Synchronicities to look for. Quiet retreat. Synchronicity to look for is quiet retreat, and it came up with Hanged Man, which is a similar message of meditation and enlightenment. So it's important for you to make a lot of quiet time out in nature. When you go out into nature, it gives you this naturally abundant energy of nature and how the universe is actually abundant, for example, in nature. So I think it's important for you to have a lot of rumination time out in nature and solitude, where you have an opportunity to really refine your frequencies. Now, what to keep in mind in the overall message is clean energy food. It asks you to vitalize your body so that it can be receptive to higher frequencies. And when this card comes up, I want to suggest personally that the best source of food, sometimes, of course, you have to eat regularly, but sometimes you have to realize, rather than eating all this fruit and kale and all these supplements, the healthiest thing you can do for your body is fast once in a while. So intermittent fasting is better than any form of food you have to eat for nutrition. And of course, when you are eating, make sure you get lots of nutrients and healthy options, and also to feed your intuition by sometimes indulging in foods that don't necessarily feel healthy. But yeah, fasting can be a really great way to cleanse and detoxify your body once in a while. The last card I was going to pull is from this angel messages, and it just volunteered. So it's family. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member. So surround that situation or person in calming blue light. And I'm also going to say violet flame for forgiveness. So whatever you're trying to manifest might be rooted in its, if it's delayed, like the Hanged Man, the old perspectives can be rooted from your family situations. So if you could recall any situation where you felt wounded with this one aspect that you're trying to manifest, whether it's time, love, money, or career, recall any painful memories from your childhood that comes to mind that first gave you this automatic programming of its lack belief, and surround that entire situation with a violet flame and the frequency of forgiveness. So let's do that together right now. The violet flame, picture a candle flame with it where its color is violet, like this card, and surround the entire environment and every person involved of that hurtful situation in this violet flame, and intend to forgive and release that situation. Okay, I'm going to take that as a completion. And I hope, not that I hope, but I know that as a collective connection that we've had through today's reading, this manifestation will be effortlessly granted for all of us. And thank you for connecting with me. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching and commenting and letting me feel your frequency when you comment. So thank you for that. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at my email. I also have an Etsy shop that you can purchase private readings, and I'll link that below. Have a great day.